Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys and thems, welcome back to another episode of the Negro Jump podcast. Yes, that podcast still named Negro Jump, and I am still the host of the Negro Jump podcast, Jarrod Fortune. I've been working on my Justin Roberts impersonation. That one wasn't that great. You should hear the ones I do in my bathroom in the mirror to myself. Anyway, today's episode, I'm going to be going through some headlines from today and yesterday and even the day before that. So buckle up, and here's what I got to say today. Coming all the way from the Anime News Network. Netflix is now streaming as of Tuesday, July 21st. As I record this, it is Wednesday, July 22nd. Netflix is streaming the new live action GTO series. Yes, that GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka. That's right. This series, this live action series, is based off of the original work. So it's not an adaptation. It is a new series based off of the work of the original story, GTO. The now 52-year-old Onizuka works as a teacher at Station Academy, which aims to raise the leaders of the future. Onizuka's direct teaching methods where he puts himself on the line are now seen as problematic. Oh boy, Onizuka. Get it together, my guy. Get it together. Still haven't seen episode 1 of the anime. I believe it's one of those on the list. It's on the list along with everything else, but I will begin to make my dissension into my anime list in the next coming weeks as I go through my list one by one, knocking out episode 1s one by one on each of the mini series I have on my Crunchyroll watch list. Episode 1 of GTO live action series is now streaming English subbed on Netflix. Catch new episodes every Monday on the platform. Next up, another Netflix series, Lego One Piece. That's right, Lego One Piece. Lego One Piece. The Straw Hat Crew is getting bricktified. I almost said bricked up, and I know that means something else to some of the younger people that listen to this. But yes, they have a Lego series that will be retelling the events of the live action One Piece series on Netflix, seasons 1 and 2, but in Lego form. They have returning people. They have returning actors, cast members of the live action series to reprise their roles, lending their voices for their block counterparts. We got Luffy coming back, Nami, Zoro, Usopp, Sanji, Vivi, Chopper, Dr. Ring, Buggy, and Smoker. That's right, Smoker. Will I be watching this? I don't think so. I don't feel pushed to go see a Lego movie, let alone a Lego One Piece film. The only Lego movie that I have seen is the Pharrell Williams Lego movie, which I enjoyed that a lot. That was a fun way to show somebody's upbringing and their successful career. They do have One Piece Lego sets, of course. I'm not sure if that was the inspiration behind it. But currently, right now, you can get the Barati Floating Restaurant. 3,402 bricks in total, costing you a whopping $329.99. $329.99 Trump smackaroos. That's right, if you want that. Meanwhile, the Going Merry was the second highest set, and these aren't aftermarket; these are retail. So the Going Merry is 1,376 bricks, currently going for $139. Again, I'm not into Lego like that. I was a Mega Block guy. I was into block bots. So all you Lego fans out there, Good luck. Good luck with getting that. Next up, Sakamoto Days headed for its climax. The final battle in the series, in the manga, started last year. And it's just now reaching its climax. So I guess they are in their Wano. Season 2 was confirmed for 2027. Season 2 being the Sakamoto Days anime. I believe it got 22 episodes. Got a nice handful of episodes. It's a fun series. I'm halfway done with it. I need to go back and finish up the first season. Can't wait. There was a live action film that released earlier this year, April 26th. Not April the 26th, but April 2026. Excuse me. It debuted at number 4 on its opening weekend in Japan box office. No U.S. release date as of yet. U.S. aka international release date. Man, it was just yesterday I was hearing about Sakamoto Days. Nice. JJK ranks number 1 on BookScan's adult manga list U.S. What is BookScans? BookScans is a data provider for the book publishing industry that compiles point of sale data for book sales. Very, very straightforward. The company was is now owned by Carvana. So now it goes by Carvana Books or Books Carvana. But according to their list, which I found on the Anime News Network, they did a top 20 list for the month of June in manga sales. And JJK is entered 8 times. It is holding down 8 spots on this list, which other spots are occupied by the likes of Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, etc. So, yeah, ranked number 1. Got the number 1 spot and 7 other spots on the list. JJK is different, man. Next up, Crunchyroll. This is from Crunchyroll's site. Get in their news. Assassination Classroom The Movie, Our Time, streams on Crunchyroll, July 23rd. That is right. Tomorrow, July 23rd, which is a Thursday, Assassination Classroom Movie will be streaming subbed and dubbed. Go get that. Go watch that as soon as possible. I have yet to watch that series. Next up, this is coming from Crunchyroll. I did not go to a different site. Splatoon Raiders releases July 23rd, which is also tomorrow. Splatoon Raiders, the first single-player entry into the Splatoon franchise. That's right, on the Nintendo Switch. It is described as single-player action shooter for Splatoon veterans and newcomers alike. You take on the role of a mechanic embarking on a high-stakes adventure across the mysterious Spiralite Island. Spiralite? Maybe the Splatoon players that listen to this knows what I'm talking about. But yes, Splatoon, you're getting your first single player release. I hope maybe more companies will do this. They'll come around being like, yo, what if you had a single player exclusive game? Like ironically, what if Call of Duty releases a single player Call of Duty game? It's like Navy SEALs, something like that. Like it's not Black Ops, it's the opposite. It's the team that gets the job done and you praise them for not doing the dirty work. So it was SEAL Team 6. It'll be guys like that are glorified for taking out, like, this is the team that killed Osama bin Laden. So what if Call of Duty were to be like, hey, I know we're kings, we're gluttonous kings at this point with multiplayer, but what if, hear me out, single player focused game. Genius! Give him a raise. What a world we live in right now. All right, on to the next. Next up, Tokyo Revengers War of the Three Titans arc premieres October 2nd. Season 1 premiered of the anime in 2021. Season 2 and 3 followed in 2023. Have I watched Tokyo Revengers? 1 episode. Seemed very interesting, but I'm not for following a series where the main character's main attribute is getting his ass kicked. Doesn't sound like a good time. Does not sound like a good time. I did begin to watch the live action, which seemed pretty interesting. Didn't finish it, but again, Tokyo Revenger's main character, he goes back in time to what? Get his ass kicked. I'm not really for watching that. Next up, summertime rendering action. Live action, that is. Live action film confirmed for 2027 release. This was announced back in 2021 along with an anime adaptation, which the anime premiered in 2022. Now, I'm not familiar with summertime rendering, but familiar with the title because it's never been recommended to me, and I've seen it pop up on posts and other websites alike that are top tier. Top tier when it comes to rankings. When I say top tier, very, very loosely, because that's pretty much what everybody does. That's what everybody goes and does. The story, if you don't know, follows Shinpei Ajiro, a young man whose hometown is a small isolated island called Hirogashima. It's been 2 years since Shinpei visited his hometown, but he is called back to attend a friend and relative by marriage's funeral who died at sea. After the funeral, Shinpei suspects something far more sinister is going on. So, Shinpei is on his noir detective skills, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Sorry, I had to hit the camera, and now I gotta get up again because a microphone stand just fell. Excuse me. I try to tell everyone who's even slightest bit interested in podcasting or content creation, understand it is a whole nother job that you are asking to be a part of. Not only is that, every step of the way you'll be picking up another job and getting a skill set and producing content and or podcasts. And a lot of times you are solo dolo doing this on yourself, which I am right now in this space. But I am happy and some would say blessed to be in this position. So with that being, thank you for everyone still listening to this podcast. But continuing on, Bleach Mirrors High. The beta begins today. So there's a new Bleach mobile game, which I'm assuming is following the success of the Bleach mobile game. I think it was like Reborn. It was like Soul something. But you get to play as like chibi big-headed characters, sprites from Bleach, and follow the entire story. And you get to unlock characters. It's a lot of like gacha and character of the day, like open your gifts, log in rewards. Is that type of feel. But if you are a Bleach fanatic, it is a really, really good time. It's a really, really, really good time. The game got so popular, it is now on Steam. It's available on Steam. So I definitely recommend it. I was playing it back in 2016, 17. It was definitely way before the pandemic, like way before 2019, 2018. But it's a good game now. Unfortunately, the beta closed up a little bit earlier, probably like a few weeks ago. Did not give a specific date. But yes, this is a mobile game that will be releasing sooner than later. The beta lasts only this week, well, just for 7 days, the 22nd, which is today, to the 29th. And they are now introducing 3 new characters designed by Tite Kubo himself. 3 new Soul Reapers. One of them looks a little scandalous with her outfit. It makes Rangiku look like a teacher's assistant. First up, we have Naru Jirina, and then we have Giro Hondo, and following is Malko Tokushima. So 3 new characters to get this game going, and the game actually follows a story which follows along after the 1,000-Year Blood War. So look at Taito Kubo getting his Disney and Square Enix on with this Kingdom Hearts as story. He will have people on in this journey. Now, if he gets the chance to make more video games, like maybe a Switch game that has an original story on there. If he's able to bring that type of ridiculous format back that only Kingdom Hearts has done, if I'm not mistaken, it's only been Kingdom Hearts that had you playing multiple consoles, so multiple companies that you were playing their product for this one game on to get the entire story. Sony almost did it with God of War, but I kind of don't count it because they have a mobile game that was on the Engage. So that means that not only did you need a PS2 at the time to enjoy God of War, and then maybe a PSP because the two PSP games didn't get ported over until maybe like a year or two after, at least the second game's release, which was Ghost of Sparta. You're telling me I had to cough up another like $400 or $500, which that's what the Engage cost back then, if I'm not mistaken, and then get the game separately, which I don't even want to bother looking up what an Engage cartridges look like, but it was an Engage God of War game. Engage or just a mobile phone game. Maybe I just ranted about Engage just to rant about Engage, but here and there, right? Here and there. Taite Kubo, please don't. Just don't have us chasing around, man. Sony did get it right. It was each generation PS2. PlayStation, excuse me. You get a God of War game, which was pretty fun. Keep going on to multi-platforms in one franchise. Pokemon Sleep app. That's right, you heard me correctly. The Pokemon Sleep app teams up with Pokemon Horizons, the anime series. So the Pokemon Sleep app is a video game app that rewards the user with Pokemon depending on the quality of their sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that if I were to use this app now, and with my not the greatest, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not the greatest sleeping habit, sleeping schedule that I have, I would probably just have a bunch of cave Pokemon. So that includes Geodude and Zubats. Might get lucky with an Ursa Ring. I'll get tired of Gravelers. Of course, Onyxes. I said Zubats, Golbats. Let me try to, let me talk a little bit better about my sleep schedule. I'm talking like early route, like first 3 gym badges, cave Pokemon. Like what I really need is like Elite 4 cave Pokemon. So Golbats in there. Ursa Ring in the first 3. What am I talking about? But yes, the Pokemon Sleep app will be collabing with Pokemon Horizons. Now, this is what happens. It is a cross trade. So, Pokemon Sleep app, you will get Captain Pikachu and a Tinkatink, which I'm not even going to Google that because that doesn't even sound like a Pokemon. It sounds like an item you need in a Sesame Street Elmo themed game to complete the game. This crossover is available through August 17th to the 24th of this year. Meanwhile, Pokemon Horizons, the series, gets an appearance from Professor Neroli, who is in the Pokemon Sleep game app. Nice. This definitely makes me jealous because my mobile game, my favorite, my all-time favorite mobile game, Power Ranger Legacy Wars, as many hours that I put into that, just ruining somebody's day with the 3-man team of original Trini, Yellow Ranger, Alpha 5 from the 2016 movie, and Kimberly, OG Pink Ranger. Just ruining people's days with a bunch of regular ass ranked characters on there. Yeah, because they later on did a Street Fighter collab for the game, so they made Ryu, Ryu and Chun-Li special Street Ranger, Power Ranger suits. Then you also had Bison, Guile. I want to say like there was a Ryu. There was two different Ryus and Chun-Li. So you had the base Ryu and Chun-Li, and then you had the Chun-Li Ranger and Ryu Ranger. And it was a really, really cool collab. Definitely overpowered, and it was definitely became like pay to play. Pay to win at that point with that release. But definitely makes me jealous of like, damn, that's what we could have had that. That'd have been really, really cool. Really cool. Last but not least, 2 episode reviews for you guys, just because I like you. One Piece episode 1168. History of the world is beginning to be revealed in Elbath, with a book of myths and legends presented to Robin by her great giant friend, Saul. Saul, who is actually still alive, still scarred by that day of the burning of Ohara. But he shows her a book. Chopper is there, he can't read it, so Robin decides to read it aloud. And she tells of this 3 chapters. They're in, I believe, like poem, not haiku form, but in that short story form, poem form. And they're talking of wars and destruction, but then yet times of peace and cheer, and it's all pointed to the sun god Nika, who is now technically Luffy. So they're talking about this because they also brought up in a short time in Elbath that everyone has a different interpretation of what Nika is and what he represents as a person, from the god of destruction to the god of liberation. But they always say that he appears dancing and smiling, doing a jig, just doing a jig to his heart's content. And we're getting a nice little taste of the epicness that is Elbath for all of us anime watchers. Now, for the manga readers, I know that you guys are in some God Valley flashbacks, Rocks Pirates flashbacks, like young Whitebeard, Roger. So jealous of y'all, but not jealous. I can definitely wait my time for those things. But right now, Elbath is really, really good, especially with the appearance of these dark royal holy guards that showed up. One being Shanks' evil royal brother, and we finding out Shanks, another person who is a royal family member turned pirate. So this now adds up to 3 characters. We got Don Flamingo, who's casted out, but he's undeniably of royal descent because he has a king color hockey. Then it was Sabo, who wanted to be a pirate, but turned revolutionist. Well, because he didn't have his memory, then he got it back, which is again my least favorite character. And then now Shanks is another one. So we'll see how he lands his plane. We'll see how Oda lands his plane. I did not see that coming. Shanks having an evil royal twin brother that stabbed up the giant Loki, had him shook for his life. So next anime that I watched was the remake of the Samurai Troopers. Now I was very, very surprised, very, 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 very surprised by how they wanted to roll out this show. I thought this was a simple Sentai magical girl remake of Samurai Troopers, a little bit more brighter. They got thick outlines on all of the characters. So it's a very, very simplified like throwback to hand-drawn anime. Nowadays, this is in future Japan. The Troopers are now a group kind of like boy band, just a front for just what they like. These guys are millennials that got placed in jobs that don't need to be there, essentially. Or maybe not say they don't need to be there, but the real heroes, the real people that need to be in that position are nowhere to be found. And this is what we got to deal with. And they turn out to be some just backwards thinking guys that don't want to be heroes. They're not thinking about protecting anybody. They're on a rescue mission and they turn it into a looting mission just so they can make some money from it. Now there is one of the troopers who is of pure heart, and he's Musashi. One of his handlers, I guess the advisors of the team, shows up, actually takes his power bracer and puts on like the under armor. It's like the white in color armor. So the guy Musashi had blue. This guy grabs his bracelet and now it's green. And he pulls out the thunder sword, fights the evil demon, and when he's fighting the demon gets shot in the chest by another demon from afar. And then now this demon reverts to a teenager boy's body. So it goes from demon to human. They take him back, revive him. Come to find out, this little motherfucker is the heir to one of the trooper armors. But not only is he the heir to trooper armors, this motherfucker is a demon. He's extremely violent. He goes and finds this fake trooper team, slaughters every single one of them, slices off their hands to take their bands, and now he has his sights set on Musashi, who is helping two kids that were shut out by rubble that fell on top of them. And the episode ends with the demon, the teenage boy demon, striking down with his sword to Musashi. So nice to be continued. I'm liking it. I remember Shan mentioning that they should have went a different way with it. So definitely see how it'll turn out. It's currently 15 episodes out right now. Season 2, I believe, releases at some point this year, or maybe it's already out as I speak on it. But 15 episodes, I'm assuming it'll be 30 by the time season 2 is done. And it looks pretty cool. I'll give that episode a solid 4 jumps out of 5. Give it a 4 jumps out of 5. Just thinking of Shan's opinion on it and how much of a change it is with this story, because it was just the 5 heroes chosen to wear the armor, trained their whole lives for this one moment, and now they protect post-apocalyptic Japan. As always, well, it wasn't always cloudy, but it was cloudy a lot of the time. So yeah, just be interesting. That'll do for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening again. Please rate, subscribe this episode, leave a comment, send an email, send a DM for something that I should watch, I should review, I should go over. Please, 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 please. Someone I should reach out to get an interview of. That's right. Who should I reach out to get an interview of? You got a script? You got an adaptation of yourself you want to talk about? Send a DM. Leave a comment. Leave a review. Leave 5 stars. Well, whatever you do, don't stop listening to this podcast, because I'll keep doing it if you keep listening to it. And I appreciate you so much. Follow Negro Jump on all the things at Negro Jump. Search it on the platform, and I'm pretty sure Negro Jump will come up. Am I active on them? No. Why am I not active on them? Because promoting on these platforms is not translating directly to more listeners. I don't want to be a content creator. I want to be a stand-up comedian and a podcaster who is trying to sell tickets to stand-up comedy shows. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to be a content creator. I don't want to be a streamer. It's a lot of time taken away from the skill set and job that I already wanted before all of those things. So follow Negro Jump at Negro Jump. Follow me at Jarrod.fortune. I have been your host. You have a great rest of your day.